Game on, everybody, and welcome to another video. So it's that time of the year when we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Banlist predictions. However, HakunaMyData usually does these awesome Google forms, which I highly recommend you check it out. So before you guys even watch this video, please go check out this form. I'll go ahead and leave it in the pinned comment. And here he's asking, hi all, hoping you can take 3 minutes to complete this survey on what you predict what will happen next on the ban list. We'll make a video on it on my channel in the next couple of weeks. Please share so we can get a lot of responses. So I may be a small channel, but I really hope that you guys also will take the time to fill out this form. It's really fun to see what he ends up compiling all the data and providing it out to the community, and just to see what the consensus, because not everybody's a YouTuber and makes videos like this, but this is kind of like my take of his form, which is kind of like a ban list prediction video. So let's go ahead and get started. Great. So as you guys can see, we have the Yu-Gi-Oh! January 2022 Forbidden and Limited List Prediction Survey. So the list is expected no earlier than January 17th. That's right after the YCS Pasadena, so most likely we'll get the final list confirmation maybe like on the 15th, 16th, or actually on the 17th is my prediction. So let's go ahead and see what the survey has to offer. I only just favorited the tweet and I was like, I'm saving this later for a video. He does have a deadline of December 11th, so if you guys are watching this video before then, please fill out this survey. Your responses will be anonymous, however I'm doing it in a public form, but let's go ahead and get started. All right, starting off with the general questions. Quick question about you before we dive into the potential cards to be addressed on the next Forbidden list. Let's learn a few things about you. So I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! How long have you been playing Yu-Gi-Oh? I have been playing for about almost 5 years, actually. So that's my answer there. How would you categorize yourself as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player? I am going to list myself as competitive because I do regularly attend locals and I have aspirations of going to YCSs. I'm actually going to YCS Pasadena, so if you guys are there, I hope to see you there. How did I find out about this survey? I found it on his Twitter. Let's go ahead and proceed. All right, prediction of current legal cards. Please indicate what you will actually think will happen on the next Forbidden and Limited list on the following cards. All right, so what will you think the status of Artifact Scythe will be on the next Forbidden list? So right now it's currently set to Unlimited, and I strongly still think that this card isn't going to be touched, so I'm going to leave it as Unlimited. Based on your response for Artifact Scythe above, what do you think will be the status of Artifact Dagda in the next Forbidden and Limited list? So I don't necessarily think this card is too crazily broken either, so I'm actually going to go ahead and mark that one as Unlimited, no change. The next card in question we have, what will be the status of Arch Nemesis Protoss in the next Forbidden and Limited list? So right now this card is Unlimited and it's seeing play in Sword Soul. However, I honestly think that this card isn't going to be touched. I just don't think this card is going to get touched at all. For the next card, we actually have what will be the status of Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. So people are suggesting this card to be hit, as well as it only locks your opponent into special summoning wind monsters. It's currently unlimited, but I honestly don't think it's going to change the status of it. It'd be kind of silly to like hit this card, and it's like what I think even fire and water are, no, probably fire is least representative. I've done a video in the past. I actually have that infographic real quick. I'm going to look at that 1 second. Yeah, so I actually made a video on Magic Key and trying to play it in the most optimal strategy, and it looks like it's actually fire that is the least representative or second least representative attribute in the game. It's very close though. But I mean, so water, wind, and then fire, and then there's divine if you count that, is in that order. So I don't realistically see this card getting touched on the ban list. All right, based on the response of Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds above, what do you think will happen to Samorg? This card is currently unlimited. I think easily it's not gonna get changed. There's like no point of it getting touched. Oh, okay. I did not expect this. Cyber Angel Ben 10. What will happen on the next Forbidden list? So right now it's limited. I think it's fine at 1. I'm not really too crazy about just immediately banning cards unless it's like a huge problem. This card will only see play in obviously ritual style decks, and the first ritual deck that comes to mind is Drytron, but even then they've fallen off in the meta. But arguably if you hit everything else that's tier 1 in the meta, people will fall back into like old decks. But to hit Cyber Angel Ben 10, I mean I think it's fine at limited to 1. Based on your response above, Cyber Angel Benton above, what do you think will happen to the status of Eva? So right now this card is actually limited and it didn't do anything. Arguably this card could be banned, but they do have new, or Konami's releasing new fairy support, which I can see this card staying limited to 1. And I mean, I think it's fine. Just like, I don't want, I know why you would hit it, but limited to 1, I feel like it's fine. You guys can let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What is the status of Imperial Order for the next Forbidden Limited list? Right now it's limited. A lot of people really want this to be banned. I understand why. I think it's okay limited. You guys are probably gonna hate this. But for it to lock out 1/3 of the mechanic, that's definitely the argument. And people are saying, oh yeah, just play around it. I don't know. I feel like there are cards that should exist just so that way you can respect the strategy. I'm really always big about building your main deck as a strategy to kind of play around multiple strategies. And if you don't have outs to cards like this, then like you don't have the out. You go to game 2 and you go to game 3 and you try to plan accordingly. I don't know. I think it's fine limited to 1, but I definitely can see the argument to ban it completely. I think I might be in the minority here. I'm not 100% sure. Next question we have, what will be the status of Red Eye's Dark Dragoon on the next Forbidden and Limited list? Okay, so I know based off the OCG list, this card is actually banned. I can see them banning it here in the TCG, where that can basically now just make the whole DPE just better or like more prevalent. But I think a lot of people aren't actually even playing Red Eye's Dark Dragoon anymore because people value the engine of DPE way more than Red Eye's Dark Dragoon. I think what might happen is they might limit it. I mean, it did just get reprinted, but it did get pre-printed in like the Starlight rarity. So there hasn't been like a more accessible reprint that makes it available to like the public. And it is Dark Magician and it's also Red Eyes. I think I'm actually going to just go on a whim and say this card's going to get limited. Now I know it's kind of like redundant to like say, oh, just limit it. This card can either be at like 3 or banned, but I feel like problematic cards should be put to 1, and it's like it exists and you have to respect it. But I mean, like that's kind of like the curve of it. Like people either are going to play it and you play the risk of playing, what is it, Red Ice Fusion and then 2 vanillas at 3 bricks in the main deck, just for this 1 extra deck card, arguably 2. I wonder if that's actually going to be on here. Oh, we're going to go Red Ice Fusion. So Red Ice Fusion, easy answer, unlimited, no change. That card is fine. It has a really heavy restriction when played normally. I was so sure Predaplant was going to come up on this list, but I guess we're going to just say El Shadal Winda is the next card on this list. That's why I scrolled so fast. I was expecting it. So what will be the status of El Shadal Winda? Winda's fine at, oh, actually, I thought it was limited. Oh, this kind of changes everything then. I'm just going to go on another whim and just say if it's limited, it allows Shadal players to play it. I mean, arguably all the, fusion decks can still play it and stuff. But like if you can out it once, you got it. Like you've outed the problem in your duels. I like that kind of like accessibility. I really don't like cards being completely banned. I feel like there should always be some kind of engine. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments of like what is happening, or like what can come off the ban list and to limit it to 1 and it just becomes a huge problem. I don't know. If it's unlimited, I think if you can out it once, then you played around it. So I kind of like, I'm fine with it just at 1. Oh, here it is. Predaplant Verti Anaconda on the next Forbidden list. So it's unlimited right now. Most decks only play 1. If there was a card to be banned, it's probably Predaplant Verti Anaconda. So I'm going to go on a whim and say this card will be forbidden. That's just what I think the status will be of this card. It's splashable. At least if you throw, I don't know if DPE is actually going to make it on this list, but I feel like it's so brand new that nobody's going to, or it won't even be maybe even mentioned on or under Konami's radar. Like they have to reprint it first before they can ban it, right? So if they were, I mean, Predaplant Verde Anaconda got reprinted in now 2 sets. It definitely kind of hinders the like card design. I like this card, but like, it is definitely like a problem. So I'm going to go on a whim and say this card's going to be banned. A Mystic Mine. Oh my gosh. So this card is banned in the OCG, and when it was even released, they had players had an agreement, like a gentleman's agreement, just not to play this card. It is currently unlimited in the TCG. This is actually insane. And where this card can just be a great go second option and just completely win games on itself. Like, yeah, your opponent goes a full 20-minute combo and you go second and you bait all the negates and then you play this card and then boom, you win. So, man, what do I want this card to be? I was a strong advocate for this card to be banned when it was like released. I was like, oh my gosh, this is definitely a problematic card. But I don't think it can stay unlimited. That's definitely like, it needs to be addressed to some degree. I really don't like banning cards, and if they got the one off, like, ooh, let's a lot of powerful cards are limited, and maybe this card can join the list of powerful one-ofs. Next we have Christian Halki-Fibrax. This is so interesting because this card, when it was delayed for so long in the TCG, and it's been a problem card, and they've banned so many cards just to make this card like here, and now it's just played in rogue strategies. I don't necessarily like that it's unlimited. Limiting the card doesn't do anything, but it also does future-proof any kind of shenanigans. Most decks only just play one. If I were to see a status change on this card, I would say it would become limited. I don't even know if I'm answering this like survey. So like, will be the status of the next forbidden and limited list for a Halki-Fibrax? It's been reprinted twice? Really, I don't think anything's going to happen to this card. I think it's going to stay unlimited. I think it'd be better if it was limited, just so then that way it's played as a one-off. Crystron decks, all three of you can play this card. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to happen to this card. Ooh, but Nadir's Servant, I think, people play 3 of these and an Ecclesia just to get their the Dogmatica engine running. I think if Konami wants to push new product, they probably will limit this strategy. Let's see if I think the new Fallen of Albaz structure deck can utilize this engine. I haven't even looked into it, but if they want to sell new product, they probably need to change the status of this card to some capacity. Zeus. Oh, okay. I'm so glad this card is actually listed on here. So this card is currently unlimited. However, it's one of those cards that I think, because it's not once per turn, it's insanely busted that it's unlimited. But if you have it at limited, it kind of hinders it to some degree. So if you were to, yeah, no, I'm just going to say if this card gets limited, it's not a problem. It's like, for me, I doubt this card will be probably listed on here, but like Saryuja is still unlimited. Why is that card still unlimited? Like, if you play one of that and you do the whole like draw 4, put 3 back, that's fine. You kind of like limit to yourself once per duel to do that effect, unless you do some other crazy shenanigans to shuffle it back. But why is this card unlimited? Just make it a powerful one-off, and maybe Zodiac can have Trident. I actually don't know about that. Don't quote me on that. Which card from the invocation package will be hit on the next Forbidden Limited list? That's easy. Magical Meltdown. Magical Meltdown can be hit, and the other of the invocation packages can be left alone. That's it. Based on your response above, what will be the status? It can be limited. Cool. What is the status of Tri-Brigade Revolt? And we can go ahead and probably say this card will be limited. It's currently unlimited, but as a future-proof thing, this card has been reprinted, resold at higher rarities. Just cut it off. At 1, Tri-Brigade will become probably the best deck if it doesn't get touched. So let's go with that. Will there be any, wait, is there a card that is currently legal, not addressed in the survey that you feel like will be changed? Yes. Saryuja. I'm going to actually Google the exact type spelling of it, just in case if he needs that for data. 1 second. Saryuja. I'm sure there's better answers for this, but come on. Why is this card seriously not addressed somehow in the TCG as like limited to 1? Like if you go through 1, I'm like, oh, you're doing some deep drawings, but like there are some other decks that just go through 3 of them and super draw deep. It's actually crazy. So Saryuja, Skull Dread. What else kind of like comes up? Skull Dread is the first one. It's not a problem, but it can be a problem. I feel like it should just be limited. Oh, speaking of which, I can go ahead and just select limited. All right, moving on. What's next? Ooh, okay. Prediction for currently forbidden cards. What will the status of Max C be? So everybody is saying it's going to be forbidden or it's going to be unlimited. I don't want this card to become unlimited. I'm just going to say it's going to stay banned. If it ends up getting unbanned, you better buy your crossouts like immediately because everybody's going to be playing this card. What will be the status of Harp Horror? Oh my gosh, please, Konami, just give us 1. Just give us 1. That's all I want, and I will play Orchest. I mean, like, I play like a whole bunch of decks, but like, this is forever my baby. Like, I love Orchest forever. Ooh, Colossus. Okay, I want this card to come back to 1 too. It's not a problem for Orchest, so I'd be shocked if they got Colossus back and Harp was in here, because I understand it's a droll on legs, but it kind of checks, it hinders new decks from coming out, but it also will check those deep draw decks, or just cards that decks that consistently draw. Yeah, I'm okay with it at 1. Electromite limited. Just give Pendulum this card. It's fine. I mean, if I had it, I would play it in my Soulful Core deck, and I love that deck. It's just, I try to make it as consistent as possible. This just makes it amazing. I've made a meme on this card multiple times. I'll probably post one of my banger tweets. Let's see. If there's a card that is currently forbidden and not addressed in the survey that you feel change on the list, what is it? Please list 1. I gotta double check what's banned right now. Hold on. So the only thing I can immediately think of is just the Pendulum support, maybe 1 Astrograph Sorcerer, or maybe Magispector Unicorn Kirin. If you guys put Masterpiece down here, I'm gonna be actually very upset at you. Don't tell me you did that. Oh my gosh, imagine if Change of Heart came back, or even like Confiscation. I mean, we have Triple Tactics Talent. Oh, you know what? I think actually Zodiac Barrage could come back. But like, why did they hit that when they should have hit Tri-Brigade? I don't know. Just let them play, man. Let the Zodiacs play. I don't even play the deck, but just let them play. And then what will be the stat? I mean, what is it? Banned right now? Just give them 1. What's next? Oh, okay. The next Forbidden and Limited list will come into effect no earlier than January 17th. If you had to guess, what do you think the Forbidden list will be released? So is he asking like, when is it going to be announced? Or like, I don't know. If I had to guess, it might be on the 17th, because that gives them, when is YCS Pasadena? I'm going and I don't even remember. Okay, so YCS Pasadena happens on the 14th. It ends on the 15th. So then realistically, they might actually put it on the 17th of January 2022, because my guess is like the last list was kind of like a slap on the wrist and like dodging a whole bunch of cards. Like, why? So maybe they're gonna go ahead and release the list. They must have like a blueprint already, and then after the YCS they're gonna be like, yep, we were right, let's push it, and then it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna put January 17th 2022. Which YouTuber banlist prediction videos do you typically trust more? Please note that some of the content creators may not actually create banlist videos. Okay. Who do I... So many people here. Oh, wow. Who do I trust? You know what? I trust MST TV the most. They seem to be pretty like keen on like the meta strategy, so I'm gonna definitely say them. I'm just gonna put my name. Just because I want to be on that list one day. And gonna go ahead and submit it. Done. So everybody, if you haven't done this already, please go check out HakunaMyData's channel, and also be sure to fill out the survey yourself. You have a deadline until the 11th. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please go check out my other stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out of here.